All right. Today we're diving deep into something I've honestly never really thought much about before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dr. Levne Moten's IsoTone Pelvic Vitality Exercise Program.
Interesting. What specifically caught your eye?
Well, honestly, I just never thought about, like, giving my pelvic floor a workout, you know?
Yeah, it's not exactly the most glamorous part of fitness, but it's super important, especially when we're thinking about rectal hemorrhoid management and, well, just overall pelvic health, right?
That's true. And looking at this program, it seems like Dr. Moten has a pretty unique approach.
Absolutely. He incorporates this device called the IsoTone, and, well, it's unlike anything I've seen before.
IsoTone.
Yeah.
Sounds a little sci-fi, doesn't it?
Right.
So what makes this IsoTone thing so special?
Well, for starters, it adjusts the resistance automatically. So it doesn't matter if you're like a seasoned athlete or just starting out, the IsoTone can work for you.
Well, that's pretty cool. So It's like personalized?
Exactly. Plus, it provides 360-degree resistance. Every time you squeeze or expand it, you're working those muscles from every angle.
Wow, 360 degrees.
Yep. So you're really maximizing your effort with each movement.
That's fascinating. It's almost like having a personal trainer pushing back at you from all sides, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. But before we jump into the actual exercises, it's important to remember if you have any concerns or start to feel any discomfort, definitely talk to your doctor first.
Oh, absolutely. Safety first, always.
Uh-huh.
All right, so now, the exciting part. Let's get to the exercises. What's the first one Dr. Moten recommends?
All right, so the first one's called the Iso Crunch.
Okay.
And the best part, you can actually do this one right in bed.
Wait, really? I can work on my pelvic floor without even getting out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm already liking this program.
So to start, lie on your back. It could be on your bed or on the floor, whichever's more comfy. Now picture this. You're holding the IsoTone like you're giving it a big hug. Arms folded just above your chest.
Okay, got it. Holding it close like a teddy bear or something.
Exactly.
Right.
Then just slightly contract your chest and lift your head just a tiny bit to activate those neck muscles. It's a small movement, but it helps engage your upper body too.
All right, a little head lift, engaging the neck. Got it. What's next?
All right, now bend both legs and bring those thighs up close to your chest. And remember to keep that back curved and pull those abdominal muscles in. It's all about engaging that core, not just the legs.
Okay, thighs in, back curved, feeling those abs working. It's kind of like a modified crunch, but with an extra focus on the lower abs. So in this position, what do I do with the IsoTone?
Okay, so you want to make sure you're holding the IsoTone handles firmly with your palms and make sure those thumbs are visible. Now comes the squeeze phase. Slowly press the IsoTone handles towards each other while you bring your upper body forward and draw those thighs even closer to your chest.
So I'm squeezing the IsoTone in as I crunch forward. I can definitely feel the resistance.
You got it. Now, for the expand phase, pull those IsoTone handles apart with maximum strength and speed while you lower your upper body and legs back to the starting position. It's like a controlled explosion of energy. But make sure your movements are smooth and deliberate.
So squeeze in, expand out. It's like a dance move for my insides.
Exactly. And, if you want to kick it up a notch, you can even start that expansion phase before the IsoTone is fully contracted. Adds a bit of an aerobic element to the exercise.
So I can customize the intensity a bit, depending on my fitness level. I like the flexibility. Now, as I'm doing all this squeezing and expanding, what about breathing? Should I be holding my breath or?
Breathing is key throughout this whole exercise. Dr. Moten really emphasizes deep, forceful breaths. Think of it as energizing your lungs and getting that blood pumping.
Okay, got it. Deep breaths in, deep breath out. It's not just a physical workout, it's a mental one too. So we've mastered the Iso Crunch. What's next on our pelvic vitality journey?
All right, next up we have the Iso Squat. And this one has two variations, front and back.
Oh, a 2-for-1 special. This is getting exciting. Let's start with the front version. What's the starting position for the Iso Squat front?
All right, so stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and hold the IsoTone fully expanded right in front of you at shoulder level. Imagine you're proudly presenting it to the world.
I'm picturing it. Arms straight out, IsoTone on display, feeling like a champion.
Perfect. Now, engage those chest and neck muscles like you did with the Iso Crunch.
Yeah.
And remember that core engagement, pull your navel in towards your spine.
Okay, chest lifted, core engaged, feeling ready to squat.
All right, now for the squeeze phase, slowly press those IsoTone handles towards each other while you squat down like you're sitting back into a chair. Make sure those knees stay aligned with your toes.
So it is a regular squat, But with the added resistance of squeezing the isotone, I can already feel my thighs and glutes firing up.
That's what we want. Now, to expand back to the starting position, you're going to pull those isotone handles apart as you straighten those legs. Again, smooth and controlled movement, resisting that pull of the isotone as you stand.
Squeeze down, expand up. Got it. So what about the iso squat back? Is it just the same movement but with the isotone behind me?
It's similar, but having that isotone behind you changes which muscles you're really engaging. So for the iso squat back, you'll hold the isotone fully expanded behind you, arms extended downwards.
So this time I'm hiding the isotone behind me like a secret weapon.
Exactly. The squeeze and expand are the same as the front. Press the handles together as you squat down, then pull them apart as you stand up. Just remember to keep that upright posture throughout the whole movement.
Got it.
Yeah.
So iso squat front and an iso squat back. Check. This is a great way to work those legs and glutes while engaging the pelvic floor. I'm already feeling more energized. What other pelvic vitality secrets does Dr. Moten have for us?
Okay, are you ready for this one? It's called the thigh double swing.
Thigh double swing. The name alone is intriguing. What's the starting position for this one?
So this one you can do lying on the floor or in bed, whichever you prefer. To start, lie on your back with your legs bent and lifted off the floor. So your thighs are at about a 45-degree angle to the floor, close to your chest.
Okay, legs up, engaging those lower abs. What's next?
Okay, now you're going to hold the fully extended isotone in your hands, gripping the handles firmly with your thumbs facing upwards. Then you're going to circle your raised legs with your arms, positioning your hands just below your knees, so the isotone is resting horizontally between your knees. Imagine you're giving the isotone a gentle hug with your legs.
Okay, I think I've got it. The isotone's nestled between my knees, almost like a little bridge.
That's it. Now, here's an important detail. Make sure those isotone handles aren't pressing directly against your legs.
Okay.
Use your little fingers as padding between the handles and your legs for a more comfortable squeeze.
Padding with my pinkies. Got it. It's all the details. Now, walk me through the actual movement of the thigh double swing.
Okay, so for the squeeze phase, you're going to gently contract those pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles. Then use your thighs to press those isotone handles towards each other, applying that controlled force. It's a thigh-driven movement. You're not using your arms to power the squeeze.
So it's all about engaging those inner thighs and pelvic muscles. I can see how this would really target the pelvic floor. As I squeeze, should I be moving my upper body at all?
Your upper body might naturally move forward a little bit as you squeeze inward, and that's totally fine. Just focus on maintaining control and keeping those thighs engaged. Now, for the expand phase, you're going to press your thighs outwards, allowing those isotone handles to move apart. Again, focus on using those thighs to control the movement, not your arms.
So squeeze in, expand out. It's all about that controlled, targeted movement.
You got it. For the thigh double swing, you can start with 10 repetitions and gradually increase as you get stronger.
This sounds like a great way to work the entire lower body while strengthening the pelvic floor. Now, you mentioned breathing being important for the other exercises. Is there a specific breathing technique for the thigh double swing?
Yes, and Dr. Moten really emphasizes this. Throughout the exercise, you want to inhale deeply through your nose, expanding that rib cage and directing that breath into your lower back and pelvic region. Then exhale gently, avoiding any tension in your pelvic floor.
So it's not just about the physical movement, it's about conscious breathing that complements the exercise.
Exactly. This breathing technique helps to relax and engage those pelvic muscles more effectively. It's all about finding that mind-body connection.
This thigh double swing sounds like a fantastic addition to any workout routine.
It is, and remember, consistency is key when it comes to seeing results with these exercises. But, as always, if you experience any discomfort, just stop and consult with your doctor.
Safety first, always. Well, we've covered 3 fantastic exercises from Dr. Moten's program. The iso crunch, the iso squat front and back, and the thigh double swing. What other pelvic vitality secrets does he have in store for us?
Well, there are plenty more exercises where those came from. Let's move on to the high press flat. This one's all about maximizing effort while maintaining control.
High press flat. Okay, that sounds intense. Can we still do this one in bed, or do I need to hit the gym for this one?
You'll want a firm surface for this one, so either the floor or a very firm mattress.
All right, I'm ready for a challenge. What's the starting position?
Okay, so lie face down and position yourself like you're about to do a push-up, hands shoulder-width apart, fingers pointing forward. It's almost like you're preparing for a superhero landing.
Okay, I'm in position, feeling those superhero vibes. What's next?
Now grip the fully expanded isotone between your hands, thumbs facing upwards like you're holding a handlebar while you're in this push-up stance.
Okay, I'm picturing it, isotone in hand, elbows slightly bent, arms close to my body.
Exactly. Maintaining that form is key. Now gently contract your pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles. This is your starting point.
Pelvic muscles engaged, core tight, ready to press.
Now for the squeeze phase, as you contract those pelvic muscles, slowly press the isotone handles towards each other, applying controlled force. You'll feel this resistance in your chest, shoulders, and arms. It's a full body engagement, but with a focus on those pelvic floor muscles.
I can definitely feel the resistance. It's like a plank, but with the added challenge of the isotone squeeze. This is really working my entire core.
Exactly. And for the expand phase, gradually release the pressure on those isotone handles, letting them move apart. You should feel a nice stretch in your chest, shoulders, and arms as you expand.
So it's a controlled release, almost like a reverse push-up motion, while maintaining that pelvic floor engagement. I like how this combines upper body strength with pelvic floor work.
You're getting it. Repeat this cycle for 10 to 15 repetitions. Remember to keep your breathing steady throughout.
I press flat check. That was definitely a challenge, but in a good way. What's next on Dr. Nemoten's list of exercises?
Get ready for the side press, which targets your oblique muscles, playing a key role in supporting your core and pelvic floor.
Side press. I'm imagining some serious side-to-side action.
You got it. For this one, start by lying on your side with your legs extended and stacked on top of each other. Imagine you're a graceful mermaid lounging on a rock.
I love that visual. Okay, mermaid pose check. What do I do with the isotone?
Prop yourself up on your elbow, making sure your forearm is perpendicular to your body. Then take the fully expanded isotone in your top hand and place it on your hip just above that bony protrusion. Your thumb should be facing forward.
All right, so I'm propped up on my elbow, isotone positioned on my hip, ready to apply some pressure.
You got it. Now, gently contract your pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles as you simultaneously press the isotone downwards towards your hip bone. This is the squeeze phase.
Okay, I'm squeezing inwards, really feeling those oblique muscles on my side working.
Exactly. You'll feel that resistance in your obliques as well as your shoulder and arm. Now to expand, gradually release the pressure on the isotone handle, allowing it to move upwards. It's a controlled release, just like with the other exercises.
So squeeze down, expand up, simple yet effective. And I'm guessing I need to do this on both sides to keep things balanced.
Absolutely. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on each side, maintaining a steady pace and controlled movement. Switch sides and repeat the same steps.
Side press done. That's 2 exercises down, and my core is feeling the burn in a good way. What's next on our pelvic vitality adventure?
Next, we'll move on to the arm swing double. This one involves some rhythm and coordination, and it's a great way to get your heart rate up while targeting your pelvic floor.
Arm swing double. I like the sound of that. Is this where things start to feel more like a dance class?
It definitely has a dance-like quality to it. This exercise targets your chest, shoulders, back, and of course, the pelvic floor muscles. So for this one, stand up with your feet shoulder width apart and hold the fully expanded isotone in front of you at waist level.
Okay, I'm standing tall, isotone in hand, feeling ready to groove.
Now engage your chest and neck muscles like we did with the iso crunch, and gently contract your pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles. This is your starting point.
Core engaged, pelvic muscles activated, ready to swing.
Now for the squeeze phase, simultaneously swing both arms outwards to the sides while pressing those isotone handles together.
Okay, I'm swinging my arms out like I'm spreading my wings, squeezing the isotone at the same time. This is fun.
Exactly. The key is coordinating the arm swing with the squeeze. You should feel the resistance in your chest, shoulders, and back, as well as your pelvic floor muscles.
Wow, I can feel it all working together. This is such a great way to energize the whole body. So what about the expand phase?
For the expand phase, swing your arms back to the starting position in front of you while releasing the pressure on the isotone handles, allowing them to move apart.
So swing out and squeeze, swing back and expand. It's like a graceful dance move with a hidden strength element.
You're getting it. Repeat this cycle for 10 to 15 repetitions, maintaining a steady rhythm and focusing on that coordination between your arm movements and the isotone squeeze.
Arm swing double. Done. Feeling like a coordinated powerhouse. What's next on our isotone journey?
Let's explore a variation of the arm swing called the arm swing alternating.
Arm swing alternating. Okay, I'm sensing a pattern here. Is it just the same movement, but with one arm at a time?
You're exactly right. It's very similar to the arm swing double, but instead of swinging both arms together, you'll alternate between your left and right arm.
All right, I'm ready to alternate.
Pretty
So
good.
the starting position is the same as the double swing.
Exactly. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, holding the fully expanded isotone in front of you at waist level. Engage your chest, neck, and pelvic floor muscles.
Got it. Standing tall, core engaged, isotone in hand. Let's do this.
Now for the squeeze phase on the right side. Swing your right arm outwards to the side, and at the same time, press those isotone handles together.
Okay, right arm swinging out, isotone squeezing in. I'm feeling that resistance in my right shoulder and through my core. What about the expand phase?
For the expand phase, swing your right arm back to the starting position in front of you, allowing the isotone handles to move apart.
Got it. So it's swing, squeeze, swing back, expand, just like the double swing, but focusing on one side of it
And
now.
it's natural. Now, do the same thing with your left arm. Swing it out to the side, squeeze the isotone, and then swing it back to the starting position.
I'm getting a hang of this. It really is like a dance, but with a purpose.
Exactly. Continue alternating between your right and left arms for 10 to 15 repetitions on each side, and remember to keep your core engaged throughout the movement.
Arm swing, alternating, done. That was a great way to work each side of my body independently.
It's a great way to improve muscle balance and coordination. Now, are you ready for a real challenge?
Bring it on. What's next?
Get ready for the ISO push-up.
ISO push-up. Now, I know push-ups can be tough, but add the isotone into the mix and I'm ready to push my limits. What's the starting position?
Start in a classic push-up position with your hands shoulder width apart on the floor, fingers pointing forward, and your body in a straight line from head to toe.
Okay, classic push-up position, core activated, ready to go. What's the isotone twist?
Just like with the high press flat, you're going to grip the fully expanded isotone between your hands, thumbs facing upwards. Make sure those elbows are slightly bent, and keep your arms close to your body throughout the entire exercise.
All right, I'm mirroring that high press flat form, isotone in hand, ready to push. What should I be doing with my pelvic floor muscles?
Gently contract your pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles, just like we've been doing with the other exercises. Maintaining this engagement throughout the entire exercise is crucial.
Okay, got it. Pelvic muscles engaged, core tight, ready for liftoff.
Here we go. For the squeeze phase, lower your body down towards the floor, bending your elbows while simultaneously pressing the isotone handles towards each other.
Wow, I could definitely feel this one. It's a classic push-up, but with the added resistance and challenge of the isotone squeeze.
Exactly. You're doing great. Just remember to keep those elbows close to your body as you lower down to protect your shoulder joints. Now for the expand phase, push your body back up to the starting position while releasing the pressure on the isotone handles.
So it's a controlled push-up with that added element of the isotone expansion.
Yeah.
This is definitely a full-body workout.
It is, and remember, it's important to listen to your body. If you're new to push-ups, you can modify this exercise by performing it against a wall or on your knees.
That's great advice. It's all about finding the right level of challenge and working your way up.
Exactly. Now, if you're feeling up for an even bigger challenge, we can explore a variation of the ISO push-up called the ISO push-up alternating.
Bring on the challenge. What makes this one different?
It's similar to the regular ISO push-up, but instead of squeezing both isotone handles at the same time, you'll alternate sides with each push-up. It adds an extra level of coordination and balance.
Sounds like a recipe for a killer core workout. What's the starting position for the alternating version?
It's the same as the regular ISO push-up. Assume the push-up stance, grip the isotone, engage your core and pelvic floor muscles, and get ready to alternate.
Okay, I'm in position, muscles activated, ready for action. Walk me through this alternating movement.
As you lower your body down towards the floor for the squeeze phase, shift your weight slightly to your right side and press the right isotone handle inwards. Then, as you push back up to the starting position for the expand phase, release the pressure on the right handle and shift your weight back to the center.
So I'm essentially doing a single arm isotone press while in a push-up position. This is intense.
You got it. Now do the same thing on the left side. Lower down, shift your weight to the left, and press the left isotone handle inwards. As you push back up, release the pressure on the left handle and shift your weight back to center.
So it's like a dance between right and left, all while maintaining that push-up position.
Exactly. It's a challenging but rewarding exercise that targets multiple muscle groups and enhances coordination. Continue alternating between right and left for 10 to 15 repetitions on each side.
ISO push-up alternating done. I can definitely feel the burn in my chest, shoulders, and core. That was a fantastic way to level up the classic push-up.
It is. Now let's move on to another dynamic exercise that targets your chest, shoulders, back, and core while engaging those pelvic floor muscles. It's called the rowing double.
Rowing double. Okay. I'm intrigued. Is this where I get to pretend I'm in a boat?
You got it. This exercise mimics the motion of rowing, engaging all those same muscle groups. To start, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, and your upper body leaning forward from your hips.
Okay, so I'm in a slight squat leaning forward, almost like I'm about to take a bow.
Perfect. Now grab the fully expanded isotone with an overhand grip, hands shoulder-width apart, arms extended toward the floor. You should feel a nice stretch in your back and shoulders.
Okay, I'm feeling that stretch like I'm reaching for the oars. What's next?
Gently contract your pelvic floor and anal sphincter muscles and maintain this engagement throughout the exercise.
All right, core engaged, pelvic floor activated. I'm ready to row.
Now for the squeeze phase, simultaneously pull the isotone towards your chest, bending your elbows and keeping them close to your body.
So I'm pulling the isotone in towards me like I'm pulling on those oars. I can feel my back muscles working.
Exactly. As you pull the isotone towards your chest, squeeze the handles together to add that extra layer of resistance.
Squeeze and pull. Got it. This is a real powerhouse move.
It is. Now for the expand phase, slowly extend your arms back to the starting position, allowing the isotone handles to move apart.
So it's a controlled release, resisting that pull of the isotone as I extend my arms back out.
You got it. Continue this rowing motion, squeezing as you pull in, expanding as you extend, for 10 to 15 repetitions.
Rowing double done. I'm feeling the burn in my back and shoulders, and I know those pelvic floor muscles are getting a good workout too.
It's a fantastic full body exercise. Now, are you ready to switch things up a bit?
Of course. I'm all about variety when it comes to exercise. What's next on the agenda?
Let's explore a variation called the rowing alternating.
Rowing alternating.
Yeah.
I was right about the pattern. So is this like the arm swing alternating where I alternate between left and right sides?
You are catching on quickly. It's very similar to the rowing double, but instead of pulling both arms together, you'll alternate between your left and right arm.
All right, let's alternate. What's the starting position for this one?
It's the same starting position as the rowing double. Feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, upper body leaning forward from your hips. Grip the fully expanded isotone with an overhand grip, hands shoulder width apart, arms extended toward the floor, and don't forget to engage those core and pelvic floor muscles.
Okay, I'm in position, muscles activated, ready to row, alternating style.
Now for the squeeze phase on the right side. Pull your right arm back towards your chest, bending your elbow and keeping it close to your body, while simultaneously squeezing the right isotone handle inwards. Then, as you extend your right arm back to the starting position for the expand phase, release the pressure on the right isotone handle.
So it's like a single arm row with the added isotone squeeze.
Ah,
This is really working my right back muscles.
you're doing great. Now do the same motion with your left arm, pull it back towards your chest, squeeze the left isotone handle, and then extend your arm back to the starting position.
Okay, so pull and squeeze with the right, extend and release, then pull and squeeze with the left, extend and release. It's like I'm paddling a canoe, alternating between left and right strokes.
That's a great way to visualize it. Continue alternating between right and left arms for 10 to 15 repetitions on each side. Maintain a steady rhythm and focus on the coordination of your movements.
Rowing alternating, done. This is a great way to target each side of my back and really feel those muscles working.
It is. Now we have one more exercise to explore, the seated press. This one's a nice change of pace, and you can do it right from a chair.
Seated press. Okay, that sounds like a welcome break from all this standing and planking.
It is. It's a great exercise to round out our routine. And the best part is you can do it while sitting in a chair. To start, sit upright in a chair with your feet flat on the floor.
All right, finding my perfect posture, feet grounded, ready to press.
Now, grip the fully expanded isotone with an overhand grip. With your hands shoulder width apart, your arms should be extended in front of you at chest level.
Got it. Isotone in hand, arms extended, feeling the stretch in my chest and shoulders. I'm ready for those pressing cues.
Now for the squeeze phase, press the isotone handles towards each other, bringing your hands towards your chest.
So I'm squeezing the isotone in towards my body, engaging those chest and shoulder muscles. I'm definitely feeling this.
You're doing great. Just remember to keep your back straight and your core engaged throughout the movement. Now for the expand phase, slowly extend your arms back to the starting position, allowing the isotone handles to move apart.
So it's squeeze in, expand out, just like with many of the other exercises. Simple, but I can feel it working.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any variations to the seated press, or is this the basic movement?
You can definitely add variations to make it more challenging. You can try holding the squeeze for a few seconds at the top of the movement to really engage those muscles.
Okay, I like that. A little isometric hold to really intensify things. So that's the seat and press. We've covered a lot of ground today. What's next on our pelvic vitality agenda?
Well, that was actually the last exercise from the program, the seated press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We covered quite a bit today there, didn't we? From those like floor exercises to the more dynamic movements, even some, targeted work for those obliques.
This has been really, really informative. I'm already feeling so much more aware of my pelvic floor muscles and how important they are, not just for this specific area, but for overall strength and stability.
That's fantastic. And remember, even if you don't have access to an IsoTone device, a lot of these principles can still be applied, right?
That's good to know. So if I don't have an IsoTone, what are some ways I can kind of modify these exercises to still get at those key muscles?
Well, a lot of them can be adapted using, more traditional techniques, like take the iso crunch, for example. That can easily be modified into a regular crunch. Just, as you're doing the movement, really focus on engaging those pelvic floor muscles, those lower abdominal muscles.
So it's really about being mindful of the muscles you're targeting.
Yeah.
Even if you're not using the isotone for resistance. What about the iso squats? Any way to modify those without the device?
Absolutely. You can, do regular squats without the isotone. Again, just making sure you're maintaining that proper form and consciously engaging those pelvic floor muscles as you lower down and rise back up.
Got it. So bringing that awareness to the movement, what about those dynamic arm swings? Is there anything similar I could do without the isotone?
For sure. You could use, light weights or even just your own body weight to create that resistance as you swing your arms. The key is to focus on those controlled movements and, again, engaging your core and pelvic floor as you're doing those swings.
This is really great advice. Sounds like there are so many ways to create a pelvic vitality workout routine, even without the specialized equipment.
Absolutely. And, with anything fitness related, consistency is key, and listening to your body, right?
Right.
Start slowly, gradually increase the intensity in those reps over time. And as always, consult with the healthcare professional if you have any concerns or start experiencing any discomfort.
Safety and consistency. I'm writing that down. Well, this has been truly eye-opening. I think our listeners are going to walk away with a newfound appreciation for the importance of pelvic health and some really simple yet effective ways to strengthen these, essential muscles.
I hope so. I truly believe knowledge is power, and I hope this deep dive really empowers our listeners to take charge of their pelvic health and well-being.
And remember, listeners, even small steps can make a big difference. So why not try incorporating some of these exercises or modifications into your routine even today? You might be surprised how good it feels to give those pelvic floor muscles a little love. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep diving deep.